I knew I was gonna fall. Hi YouTube, my name is Z and today I'm going to be telling you why you should read I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. I would do a review, but there wasn't really any problems I had with the book, so I'd rather it be me saying why you should read it than just a plain old review. I don't want to be boring, you know? I'm so weird. Okay, so we're just gonna put this pretty up here like this. Pretty. So, I Was Born for This is about a girl named Angel who is obsessed with this boy band called The Ark, who can be compared to One Direction because they started in Britain and stuff. And she goes to London in order to go to their concert and to do a meet and greet. And it's also about one of the boys in the boy band named Jimmy and his story. And so both of their stories combine, and that's what the book's about. So yeah, it's about way more than that, but that's just the general thing. So here are my reasons on why you should read I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. So I'm just gonna get on with my reasons of why you should read it, if the description didn't hook you enough. Well, my description anyways. So one of the first reasons that I'm going to be saying why you should read this book is because it stars diverse characters throughout the whole novel. The main girl, Angel's real name is Farishti Rahimi, and she goes by Angel online because she's part of the fandom. She's a Muslim girl. And the other narrator, Jimmy, is a trans boy, who I also think isn't 100% white. So I forget, I'm sorry. I gotta stop doubting myself. He's half Indian and half Italian. But yeah, there's that. And Alice Oseman, the writer, is obviously not Muslim or a trans boy. So in order to write her character, she researched a lot in order to portray them accurately. She made a whole video about it, so I'll link it in the card and the description box below, because she goes into detail of how she wrote these characters, and she did it so that she's not telling their story. She's telling the story of the characters, not about them being Muslim or trans. She's telling about the overarching story of the whole novel, you know? So it's not she does it tastefully, she does it good, and she had sensitivity readers, and she talked to people who volunteered. She didn't berate them or anything. So yeah, it's chill. She's a good cookie. Why did I say that? I don't know. So talking more about the characters, they're all so lovable. Oh my goodness. Lister Bird is my son. He's also part of the Ark, and I love him so much. Ooh. He's just, okay, so all the characters are lovable. There isn't a single one that I didn't like, even the one that we're not supposed to like. Because I never really saw the problem with him until, what was revealed. So, you know, I was, when I was reading Angel's chapters, I was why are you being so mean to him? I get why she was, but, there was really no reason for me to dislike the character. So, they were all cute, and, ooh, I love them all so much, and... yeah, and they were all real people. I could see these people in real life, and I could relate myself to some of the characters, which was really cool. Because a lot of YA books are really outlandish, but this one, the characters are so real, and the story is so real that it feels real. It's raw, you know. It made me feel I wasn't reading a story so much as someone's actual life. And I actually really like that. Going off on the real thing, it's also so real because the plot relates to me a lot, because I am a directioner, or was whatever. Yeah, so I know how it feels to be deep in a fandom. If you're really deep in a fandom now or before, this book will settle with you, definitely, if you are a directioner. Honestly, this book, so my only dislike of this book is how much it related to me being in a fandom, and Angel's experiences of like, I related so much, so that, like, Angel's feelings towards the ARC were, like, mine towards One Direction a little bit. Like, she was just so devoted to them, and, like, they made her feel like she was living for them, and how she didn't really know who she was without the fandom and without them. Like, because that is so real to me. Because that was how I felt about One Direction a lot. Like, they were, like, these, like, they just helped me so much with my life. And I related so much to her. And also, like, there's nothing outlandish that happens in the story. I said this, like, 2 seconds ago. But, like, all, like, the actions in the story are, like, real life. Like, you know how some YA books, like, do some crazy things, even though it's contemporary? Well, this book, it can all happen. It's like, it can definitely all happen. And that's what made me like it so much. Another reason is because it deals with fan culture, like, so well. Like, as I said before, if you were in a fandom, you, like, deep in a fandom, you would love this book. So, like, she deals with the fans, like, so nicely, because how Angel's seeing it, being part of the fandom, she sees how good the fans are, and how, like, how much they adore the boys. And I'm saying the boys, meaning the ARC. And then she shows it from the ARC's point of view, and how they feel towards the fans, and how they're both, like, what's the word? Valid. They're both valid points, so that, like, there's some crazy fans in the fandom that want to just, like, grab them all the time, and there's some that actually, like, protect them. Like, this isn't, like, it's a spoiler, but it's not, like, a big spoiler. I'm just gonna go generalizing it. So something happens, and the fans are, like, protecting one of the boys, while some fans are trying to grab at him. And that's, like, exactly, like, that's both sides of the story being told, you know, at the same time. Because, like, definitely in the One Direction fandom, there were people who, like, just freaking, like, grabbed the boys, and I was like, what the fuck, you know? Like, and then I'm just like, no, stay away. I would definitely be the one to be like, I'm protecting you. Don't touch him. That's so real. So yeah, if you are definitely, like, in a fandom, this book is for you. Also, the prose. Oh my god, Alice Oseman's writing. I love it so much. So much. Oh my god. I'm going to read you an excerpt. It's not going to be spoilery. So, let's see where it is. Okay, this is like from Angel's point of view, talking about the ARC and, like, how she feels about them. If anyone wants to know, it's on page 172. So she says, but despite everything in the world being terrible, we choose to stand by the ARC. We choose hope, light, joy, friendship, faith, even when our lives aren't perfect or exciting or fun or special, like the boys from the ARC. I might be a disappointing student without many close friends, with a life of mediocrity waiting for me back at home, an average degree from an average university, an average job, and an average life, but I will always have this. In an otherwise mediocre existence, we choose to feel passion. I love it so much. Oh my god, that last line, it's my favorite in the whole book. That last line, it's so good. And, like, Alice Oseman's writing is so good in all of her books. I love this author so much. I love her works so much. I shouldn't say I love her, like, learning from the book. I shouldn't say I love her. I love her works. Oof. She's definitely one of my favorite authors. So, yeah, that's basically why you should read the book. I really didn't have any problems with the book, except for, like, my insecurities being brought up, you know? But, yeah, like, if you've seen my vlog from the other day, I click in the card, I talked about this book because I started reading it, and how they were doing, like, the boys were talking about the fans' conspiracy theory of, like, a ship from the band, and how that, like, offended me, because I was a Larry shipper. I am a mess, so that's my beef. It's pointing out me, and I just, oof. It's a good book. Otherwise, that was kind of cringy on my half for me. But yeah, it's a good book. So those are the reasons why you should read I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. She has also written 2 other books, one being Solitaire, and then the other one being Radio Silence, which is one of my favorites. Like, I love it so much. I would have done a video on this one too, but I just read this one, so it's like still in my mind. This is definitely one of my favorites. Like, it's on my favorite shelf and everything. She also writes a webcomic called Heartstopper, and that's how I found her. I love that comic so much. So that's the end of the video. I'm going to put a link to Alice Oseman's website in the description box below so you can figure out where to buy the book if you want to buy it, and more on the author and stuff if you want to see her social media links. My social media links will also be in the description box down below. And yeah, that's the end of the video. If you want to subscribe, do that please, and ring the bell so you know when I'm going to upload next. And give me a like if you think this video was cool and if it's like a good idea instead of like basic reviews, because like I'm so not basic, you know, like my hair and my choker, that's not basic at all. See you!